People always have asked the same question: how can we understand and explain the evolving world around us? At first, people ask the heavens and their gods for answers. Then philosophers searched for the truth, and later scientists began to study the world, discovering the laws of nature. Hello everyone, today we invite you on a short journey through the history of our world, exploring how our worldview has evolved from religion to philosophy and later to science.
In the earliest civilizations, people explained the world's phenomena with the help of myth and religion. They looked for answers from divine actions and supernatural forces instead of rational explanations. For instance, two ancient myths discuss the creation of our world. The first one is the creation myth, which described how our world was a result of watery battle between gods. Another is Hesiod's Greek theogony, where the galaxy was created by divine genealogy. People were given the meaning and order through the religious myths like this. Later, this grew into a religious worldview. What is religious worldview? According to Pannenberg in 1991, religious worldview is the way of interpreting reality in light of divine revelation and sacred traditions. The divine actions are viewed as the main authority for understanding existence here. In simple words, it means the belief in divine power and moral laws. Some key thinkers shaped this religious worldview. Augustine said that faith precedes understanding. For him, the faith was the basis for true knowledge of God. Origen of Alexandria argued that scripture has deep spiritual meaning. Religious worldview gave to people the moral guidance and answers to mysteries of life. But later a question appeared: can reason alone explain the complex reality? This opened the way to the philosophical worldview, which will be explained by my classmate now.
After religion, a new path opened that called philosophy. People began to ask, can we understand the world not only through faith, but also through reason? Socrates believed the best way to find truth was not by giving answers, but by asking questions. He once said, the unexamined life is not worth living. His words still challenge us today. What about Plato? Plato, his student imagined a higher reality, perfect forms of beauty, justice, and the trust beyond what our eyes can see. For him, the world was just a shadow of something greater. But Aristotle, in contrast, looked around and said, no trust is right here in the natural world. He observed plants, animals, and the stars, believing knowledge beginning with experience. There is a lot of philosophers that they give their own opinion about human being and in general about philosophy. But philosophy didn't answer all the questions, but it gave some tools like questioning, analyzing, and the critical thinking. And also it built the bridge from faith and science. So now let's have a look how the scientific worldview looks like.
After philosophy came a new way of looking at the world, the scientific worldview. Science focused on observation, experimentation, and evidence as the main tools for understanding reality. Instead of relying on myths and abstract reasoning alone, science searched for testable and reliable knowledge. Francis Bacon introduced the empirical method, emphasizing that knowledge should come from observation and the experiments. René Descartes had this idea that mathematics and the rational thinking could provide strong foundations for science. Later, David Hume argued that knowledge comes from sense experience, while Karl Popper introduced the principle of falsifiability, the idea that scientific theories must be testable and open to being proven wrong. Finally, Thomas Kuhn explained that science isn't just a steady accumulation of facts, but a process shaped by paradigm shifts, where all theories are replaced by new ones during scientific revolutions. So, what do we learn from this journey? The religious worldview gave people purpose and meaning through faith. The philosophical worldview encouraged critical thinking and rational inquiry. The scientific worldview added experiments, observation, and continuous progress. Each stage didn't erase the previous one, but rather built on it, adding new ways to search for truth. Together, religion, philosophy, and science have shaped how humanity understands the universe, life, and ourselves. And even today, all three continue to influence the way we think about reality.